All right, sorry, I'm a little behind here. Woo! Let's get it going. Let's just bring it in here. What's up, everybody? Get on in here. Welcome, everybody, to Monday Night Live here on the Dirt Track Untold YouTube and Facebook channels. It's Monday Night Live, I already said it. I'm your host, Jordon Cox. Welcome to another week of racing. To talk about, to hang out, do our thing here. Corey, you're going to be the first comment up here. Let's go. Mike Mahaney getting it done. 10 wins on the season. Something to be proud of from Team 35. What's going on, everybody? Tell me that you're here. Let me know that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, say what's up. We got right here. Jim saying here. Clay saying present. Guys, we're going to have a guest tonight. One of my best friends won a race this weekend. We finally got the win. So we're going to invite him in here in probably the next 10, 15 minutes or so. Guys, Mike Butler, great sportsman hot shoe, will join us for a little bit later on. We'll get through our Dirt Track Untold drivers and how they went and did this past weekend. We'll talk about Mike, Mr. Mike Mahaney a little bit. Let's talk about Billy Pauch Jr. here a little bit. But let's get everybody in here, and then we'll talk to Mr. Butler, and we'll talk about our weekend where we finally, as we joked all year, we finally got a star, which is the star next to your name. You know, whether it's on like Facebook posts when they post the points or in the programs, you got a star next to your name. Well, we didn't have one all year, so Mike finally made that happen this weekend. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. So we'll get him in, like I said, in probably about 10, 15. We'll get Mr. Butler in here and we'll chit chat. Corey, yeah, we saw, we were in Victory Lane. I'll have that picture up here in a second. Dave, hey, what's up? I saw that Jim was in the 30 car at Albany as well. I didn't get an update of how everything went there. So, Jim, if you pop in here, let me know how you did. I didn't see. I didn't get the update. I should have reached out, got an update of how everything went in that car. We know how Mike fared. Mike ran well, getting a win. Believe he ran 5th. Okay. Good stuff. All right, let's well, since we're talking about all the boys here, hang on one second here. So I suppose our week would be starting I guess with let me see here. Where's our week going to start with the guys? I didn't have my timeline of course. Yeah, so yeah, it starts with Mike at Albany. So, I mean, listen, Mr. Mahaney picking up the dub at Albany. Right? So congrats to Mike and Team 35 for picking up another win at Albany. 10 on the season now for Michael, which is great. For everyone involved. So congrats to Mike and the team picking up another win at Albany as we close out the season here. And then I guess we'll move into Billy Pauch Jr., who led some laps down at Georgetown Speedway Friday night. So Mike winning in Albany on Friday. Billy running Georgetown Friday night. Ended up second. Led some laps, like I said, was leading towards the end of the race. I got a phone call, I don't know, 9 something, from my dad in the truck on the way back. Well, they were stopped at Wawa, and I was told they were licking their wounds because driver had messed up, and they ended up second. I guess Billy had hit the cushion a little too hard, and Mr. Godown was able to get by him. Brian Godown ended up winning the race. Billy ended up second. Danny Buck third. See those three together a lot. Whether it's Georgetown or New Egypt. Seem to see those boys together all the time. Would have been nice for Billy to pick up the win. Come on, Bill. But hey, it's all good. So then we got Mike winning. New Egypt Speedway, Billy wasn't there. So if anyone was wondering if Billy was going to be in New Egypt, I probably had it up with the schedule last week, but he wasn't there. He was at Fonda, running the Fonda 200. So picking up the ride in number 85 there to go up to Fonda and run that race. I believe it wasn't. It was. I don't know if it was the first time he made the race. Someone will have to fact check me on that. But boy started 30th. Had raced his way up to third. Some mechanical woes were thrust upon Billy with about 25 laps to go, and he ended up 13th. But was running dang well, and we might watch a little bit of that here later on, depending on how our timing is. My timing. But Billy coming home with a 13th place. I mean, listen, going up there and running well. I mean, respectable as all hell. So kudos to Billy for going up there on a car that he doesn't run, getting into the show, and then running well. So shout out to Billy Pauch Jr. for overall, I mean, a good showing at Fonda, in the Fonda 200. We'll talk a little bit about the 200 here later on as well. And then, sadly, we move on to Mike Mahaney at Airborne Sunday, and just didn't pan out for Team 35 at Airborne Park Speedway to try to get the championship. They fell 3 points short of picking up a championship there. So Felix Waugh ended up winning the championship there. Mike finished third that night. Waugh finished right behind him, so it was just one of those points games where it just didn't pan out. Like I said, for the 35 boys. But hey, great season. Wins. Listen, not much else you can do. Just a couple positions on the racetrack. Just make a difference. And but another great hard-fought season for the boys up there in New York. And that's it. I mean, that was it for the boys. That was it for the DTU boys racing. My wife is watching upstairs. Hi, Emma. Time for bed. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly, Corey. Just, nothing to hang your head about. I mean, coming up a few points short. We know that all too well over here on this side of things. My own racing career and guys that I'm currently helping, we know a few points mean a lot. So, it is what it is, Great season, wins. I mean, to be in double digits in wins overall for the season. If you fall short on the championship, it sucks because you want the title of champ, but I mean, you can't really can't get too bummed out about it, right? So Alrighty. Tim, hi from near Weedsport. What's going on? All right. Let's see here. We'll just go over the modified results real quick because there's not a whole lot of racing that went on this weekend across the board with the 200 going on. We did have racing. Like I said, we talked about Georgetown with Go Down winning over Billy. Mohawk, Tim Fuller was the winner out there. Outlaw Speedway, Michael Maresca won. There's Mr. Mahaney winning at Albany, Saratoga. Brian Godown went over Brandon Grosso at New Egypt, with Danny Buck finishing third. Billy Dunn winning the Dale Plank Memorial at Mohawk. And let's see, Justin Ayers with the win at Land of Legends. Ryan Watt over his son Logan at Grandview Speedway. That must have been an awkward ride home. Obviously, Matt Shepard picking up the win over Jack Lehner at the Fonda 200 at Fonda. That's what I wanted to do. Cale Ross winning at Bridgeport Speedway. Felix Waugh at Autodrome Granby winning two of the three races. Mario Claire with the win in the second race. And Tim Fuller won the race at Airborne over Jordan Fornwalt and Mike Mahaney. So there you have it. Let's just get right into it here, guys, because he's sitting around, I think, waiting on me. So, Michael, get your game face ready. I don't know if you're decent or what's going on. So we'll bring in our guest of honor today. Michael, turn your camera on if you are ready for me, buddy. He's even listening. Hang on. Let me unmute myself. If you're ready, bud, just turn on your camera. I don't know if he's having problems or not. Yeah, I can hear you. Hang on. All right, sweet. That's always good. Okay. All right. So he's going to take a second, guys. Where was everybody at this weekend? Where were we racing? We'll talk while we're waiting on Michael here. We'll talk about one of the other short load concrete drivers. Michael's brother, Bobby, went up to Canada in the Speedster and took home a win. So Butler went international, picked up a win in the Speedster. So congrats to Bobby for the win up there. Dave, you were at Land of Legends. All right, sweet. That's what I like to see. Wally, what do you got here? I went to Sealings Grove Speedway on Saturday night for the Late Model Nationals and Evergreen Raceway on Sunday afternoon. Late Model Nationals at Sealings Grove. Nice. How was the racing over there? Let me know. Corey, you were at Albany, Saratoga. Let's go. Nice. That's what I like to see. Did Mike get the championship? No, Mike fell short at Albany, Saratoga for Airborne at Airborne Park. Fell a couple points short from getting the championship at Airborne. Well, while we wait for my guy here, I will put up the schedule for this upcoming week. Give me 1 second. There's a schedule coming up. So we got Mike Mahaney at Albany, Saratoga. That's the oh boy, I had it written down here. Come on, meow. Yes, for the Malta Massive Weekend. Malta Massive Weekend. Dave, I beat you. I beat you by like 3 seconds. I had it. I knew I had it here. I just needed a couple seconds. So it looks like it's 358s on Friday, and then I'm assuming big blocks on Saturday for the Malta Massive Weekend. Yeah, 10,000 to win. 100 lapper for the modifieds. So what do you got, Dad? What do you got? What do you got here? Yep, Stan. Yeah, congrats to Stan Pulaski the third for his win at Bridgeport in the wingless sprint. George Pickering saying it was a good show at Land of Legends. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, here's your schedule, guys, for the Dirt Track Untold peeps. Get up there. So you got Mike with the Malta Massive Weekend. Then Billy Pauch Jr. will be at Grandview for the Freedom 76er. Assuming in the... Not assuming. Will be in the 14 car for that. For the Breitenstein guys. And then Mike is at Devil's Bowl Sunday, the 21st. So 4 races, 4 nights, 3 nights, 4 races for Dirt Track Untold drivers. Malta Massive. Malta Massive. Look at that, huh? I like it. Oh, so the winner gets a winner gets a spot, guaranteed spot for the 200. Nice. I like when races do stuff like that. When you get a guaranteed spot for something. It's happened to us this weekend. We got a guaranteed spot in for next week or 2 weeks in the All-Star race. So that'll be nice. Malta Massive. I like that. What's going on at Devil's Bowl? Oops. That's not what I want to do. What they got going on Sunday, Devil's Bowl? Pull up the schedule. Let's see here. Looks like a 358 special. Nice. Cool. Oh, it looks like championship night is Saturday, and then Sunday looks like just a 358 special. Plus run what you brung? It says canceled. It canceled already? No. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's just a championship night? Oh, so maybe Mike's not going. I don't know. Need clarification from people in the know. What the deal is there. Because it looks like they're using it as a rain date. Anyway. What are they paying to win in Grandview for the Sixer this year? Let's see what we got. Let's see if we pull it up. Dang, I don't have a... Let's see if they... oh, yeah, here we go. There we go. What are we paying this year? Dang, it doesn't tell me. What do we got here? It was 30 last year. I'm assuming probably in the same neighborhood. 25 grand, 30 grand. If it was 30 last year, it's probably the same. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so Billy will be going out to Grandview for that. There's your schedule. All right, so we will Move on. Let's talk to Fonda 200. Good racing. Heard tire issues were kind of the talk. Rough, little bit of a rough racetrack. Watching the replay back, it was somewhat noticeable that the racetrack was a little bit choppy. If you want to give it a little bit of a, want to give it the benefit of the doubt, a little choppy, especially down in 1 and 2. Looked like a lot of tires getting eaten up, but I mean, 200 laps up there. That's how it's going to be. Matt Shepard picking up the win. He was back and forth, changing tires constantly. At least twice, right? He was changing tires. But we'll let me pull some of that up here a little bit. 1 second. But thoughts on the Fonda 200? Anybody that watched it? Anybody that watched it live or watched the replay? What are you thinking about it? Pretty good racing overall. Just seemed like a lot of guys had some mechanical issues, tire woes. Racetrack again, kind of beating up the cars a little bit, so it was a little harder for guys to come through. I mean, obviously we saw Billy have some mechanical woes of his own.
And the Fonda.
Let's just go right towards. At one point Rocky Warner was leading and ended up kind of expiring an engine. Looked like the track actually wasn't too bad overall when it came to where you could race on the track. Looked like guys were kind of searching all over the place. Let me see if I can pull it up here for you guys. Let's go here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's get some.
We've got a car slow.
Teeth black.
95 right now. Jack Lehner looking to take the lead away from Pep Perotti. Perotti fighting.
I mean, some names that you don't normally hear at the top of these big money shows showing up. With guys having some interesting or having some issues as the race went on. You saw some names that I don't normally hear about too much, but here we go. We got some tire issues. Perotti having tire issues there halfway.
Just going to say left rear flat. And indeed you are. Am I right? No, wait for it.
No, I said it's a good guess.
Wait for it.
Got it.
Bam. So I think it's about a 50-50 split there, Earl.
Yep.
About half went. Now, the drivers that we suspected would come into the infield have come into the infield. All the guys we saw kind of short pit.
Billy's crew had a hiccup on a pit stop, put a right rear tire on the left side. Did they really? I didn't know that. It's pretty funny. That doesn't happen very often.
Lap 108, showing complete into turn number 1. Oh, big bobble there by Tyler Dipple on the cushion. Matt Shepard said, "Okay, cool, thanks, man."
All right, I see. See if Michael, I'll bring you in here in a second, bud.
3 and 4, and just like that, your defending race winner is now the race leader. So Matt Shepard, after passing 2,987 cars tonight, is back into the
That's
lead.
pretty funny. Matt Shepard did pull a lot here. So here's where Billy making moves, but unfortunately,
Pauch Jr. Look at this run. 30th to 3rd. Johnson
Billy was making it work, man.
Smoke now starting the show from the 79 of Rocky Warner. Oh, off the pace, Billy Pauch Jr.
25 to go, Billy.
Behind the wall.
And it's Johnson working high. Danny Barron down low. Johnson through the middle. He'll skate up, catch that cushion. He's able to pull up almost next to the 93 machine. Off of turn number 4. We've got 4 laps to go as this battle continues for spot number 3.
Just a little rough. Like I said, 1 and 2 got a little rough.
Swings it up high, has a run, draws long.
But after 200 laps to be racing top and bottom like that, that's not bad. Not too. Can't give him too much crap for that, I guess.
Drag race back to the line. He has it by a nose.
Good racing for 3rd, man. Good stuff.
RJ is on on the way to the podium here as now he has that third spot secured.
Not many cars on the racetrack, though.
Final time. He'll take it to turns 1 and 2.
Congrats to Shepard on the win there. Pretty cool. It was a third Fonda 200 win. So congrats to Matt on that win. He was pretty pumped up about it. So congrats to him. All right, guys. We are going to... we are finally going to bring Michael Butler in if he is ready. Mike, just give me a thumbs up if you're ready. You ready for me, buddy? Okay, all right. Hold on, I got to do an introduction because you deserve it. All right, guys, so here we go. One of my best friends, Michael Butler, is joining us here tonight. He is finally a winner of a star next to his name for this season at New Egypt Speedway. Wipe the floor with him, as some people would say. 5-time second place finisher this year at New Egypt Speedway in the Crate Sportsman division. But number one in all our hearts when it comes to handsome fellas that joined me in this picture. As you can see, we are in Victory Lane together. There's obviously a picture that is behind this picture on the screen now. That's us way back when. His first sportsman win. This obviously isn't his first crate win or anything, but it's his first one this year. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Mr. Mike Butler to the program. Woo! Well, we got two of you in here, Mike. Is there a second one that I need to take out of here? Hang on. Yep. We are going to remove that. Don't report. Hi, buddy. Hi.
Sorry. I guess I messed you up with that other one being on there. What's up, dude?
You're good. What's up, man? How we doing? How we doing?
It's a lot better now. I get to see you.
Oh, that's good. You only saw me
A couple hours ago, right?
Yeah, well, a couple
five
hours.
5 hours ago?
Yeah, a couple hours. All Saturday, most of Saturday too. So, sorry about that. Yeah. So I've been wanting to get you in here after a win. Not that you need to win to deserve a spot on this program. But I wanted to have a reason other than, well, he's just a friend of the show to bring him in. Right. I wanted everybody to be pumped up, excited, like, yay, like Matt is in the chat right now. Yay, Mikey, congrats on the win. Listen, we had
we did it.
We finally did it. Hey, we had a hard-fought season. Like I just put the stat line in there. Like Jim was nice enough in your Victory Lane interview. 5 second-place finishes throughout the year. A championship was right there for us. We unfortunately weren't able to pick it up just because of other things. But, buddy, explain or just talk about your season. Talk about Saturday night. Yeah, and, I mean, people of the program will recognize you from the race day we did. So, if anyone doesn't, this is Mike Butler, driver of the 04 Short Load Concrete Sportsman car. But, Mike, tell us about the season, how everything went, and how Saturday became to be.
Well, the season's been great. It's actually been one of my best seasons statistically, even. Even though we didn't get a win till just now, this past weekend. Like, True. Yeah, we had 5 second-place finishes. We ran 11 races, and I have 10 top 5s. Like, that's insane for me. Like, that's just crazy to think about. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it just goes to show, like, the work in the shop. The car hasn't, I don't want to jinx it, but the car hasn't had any issues. We've worked our tails off in the shop, making sure the car is good every single week. Like I said, unfortunately, we would have had all top 5s in my opinion. The one week, if you remember, the battery went bad, right? So the car shut off on us.
Yep.
Like lap 3 of the feature.
Yep. And
we had to work our way back through the pack to get 8th. Unfortunately, that week, but yeah, no, it's just been a great year. We've constantly kept making changes to the car, kept getting the car better, and it showed. We kept thinking, you and I, how many times we talked during the week to try and say, hey, maybe we try this, maybe we try that, and it paid off for us this week. We got lucky with a good redraw spot. Like, I'll take that too. We've had to start in the
3
back
for
every
Dale,
single
man.
week.
3 for
Three
Dale.
for Dale. We had to start in the back every week. 13th, I think, was our pretty much every week we were starting. And, it was kind of a little bit frustrating for me because it's been a while since I've gotten into first and gotten passed. And I got passed twice this year. And I'm not trying to sound like, whatever. I'm just trying to be humble with everything. But like, that really knocked me back. I'm like, man,
sure.
I got to the lead and I got passed, man. Like, I was starting to doubt, like, what do I got to do to get better? But we just kept plugging away at it, and we got the win this Saturday. And it was a pretty convincing win, I think. Like, obviously we had a really good starting spot, but that's just the luck of the draw. But we did have a yellow with 1 to go, and we got a car length or 2 on second place, and very, very strong car all night long.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring up that other stat line because it also was jarring for me to see, because in the amount of time that I've known you, which has basically been my entire big car racing career, I've had I've raced against you, helped you and stuff. I've never seen a race where you took the lead and didn't win the race. It was a little jarring for me the first time, and then it was even worse the second time it happened throughout the season. But that's just it. Especially for yourself, we just kind of went back to work, grinded even harder. That's what made you think. You would just come in and just be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And that's pretty much what we would do.
Right.
And there was a lot of discussion. I'm sure you'd want to shout out Danny Buck in that aspect as well. There was a lot of discussion with him back and forth.
Yeah, we bounced a lot off of him. I would talk to him a lot during the week too, and explain to him what the car was doing. And in the beginning of the year, he was like, "You're good. Don't mess with it. You're going forward." And I was like, "Yeah, but like, we need more." I'm like, "Danny, you understand just as much as I do. You can always be better, right?" So like, we won Saturday night, and the drive home, we were happy and everything, but we were still, hey, what if we were to do this to get the car better? That's what these guys are doing. And
it's true.
no matter how good your car is, you got to constantly try to get better. And you know what? Maybe you do an adjustment and you get worse, but you go, hey, at least we know not to do that next time, right? And we've all done that plenty of times. But yeah, it's just constantly trying to strive to get better, and we're going to continue to make changes and see if we can get this car better for the big money shows at the end of the year that we're coming up against. But yeah, no, there's a lot of people to thank, like obviously Danny, my brothers, obviously they're racing minds, yourself, your dad has given me advice. Like, that's what's great about the racing world. Like, even the guys I compete against, right? Like Matt Ellery and Ryan Simmons.
Yep.
We still talk, and we might not share every single thing, but we're still gonna talk and get each other better, right? Because that's the only way to get better. And my whole racing career, racing, even in the modifieds, all the guys like Billy Pauch Jr. and Ryan Godown have helped me out, and those are the top guys right now. Him, Ryan, Billy, and Danny were 1, 2, 3 in the modified points this year, and you talk to them, they have great ideas, and it's just always nice to have that kind of competitiveness, but also like friendship in there too, to where everyone still wants to help each other out. But like I said, you're not going to get everything, but they'll at least point you in the right direction.
Yeah, it's and nobody wants to see anybody struggle, especially when you build friendships, throughout, everyone in the pits. Like you said, I mean, eventually, doesn't matter how competitive you are, and you race against these guys every week, and you do become friends, and you want to talk back and forth. You bounce ideas. Yeah, you're not going to share everything, like you said, but everyone's going to kind of give you a little tidbit here and there, maybe something they're doing to try, or you never know, maybe they'll give you something that didn't work for them, and jokes on them, it works for you. But
and that's it.
But you mentioned I mentioned Danny, and how much there was definitely a lot of things that he was thinking of that kind of not blew my mind, but there was a lot of work involved in the things that he was suggesting. But like you said, we were on the drive home, sitting there like, all right, what else? What's next? Like, what do we? Do we mess with the gear? That's going to be a conversation that we're going to have for the next week and a half.
And we're going to bash our head against the wall trying to make the right decision. Like I said,
yeah.
it's tough when you go out and win, and then you don't want to mess with too much, but you also don't want to get complacent either.
Yeah. What do you think that the track surface that we got on Saturday is going to be what we're going to be facing in another 2 weeks?
I think specifically for us in the crates, it will be, because on the schedule they do have us first again. So I would imagine we're probably going to get a pretty similar green track, as you would call it. A very fresh track.
Yeah.
Especially since they got it's the All-Star Cup, so you got 50 laps of modifieds after us. So it might even have a little bit more moisture in it, which isn't ideal for us. But we're going to make the best of it. We're going to read the track and go out there and give our best shot at what we got. As long as the track is racy, it's smooth, it's not overly abrasive. Just give us 2 lanes. That's it. And that's what New Egypt's done a good job with this year.
For sure.
The track did get a little bit more abrasive than normal during the hot months, but they did a good job recovering it. I mean, I was running 53s and burning a little bit harder tire, and they made some adjustments, and I've been running 48s again and not had an issue. We ran a 48 Saturday night, and I could run it probably another 2 or 3 features easily.
Yep. Yeah,
so you got to give a shout out to them. They've definitely made adjustments to make the track the track was still dry slick compared to what New Egypt's been over the past couple of years, but they've done a great job of still making it dry slick, but also not wear up your tires too much.
Yeah, it was nice to see that the crates, we had a really good racetrack, and it wasn't like locked down, well, not locked down, but like but like super heavy, where it was either slimy or it was too heavy and everyone was just super fast and there was no passing. The groove did widen out pretty much right away. I mean, you took the lead on the outside early in the race, which almost got the best of you because it was a little deceiving, because you did, like, we talked afterwards, you were like, well, I took the lead on the top, so I figured that's where I had to be, but the second you switched to the bottom, that was the fast place to be. And you took off.
That's what's kind of tough about starting up front. So I started third. We got in the second right off the bat, and I followed Will Pertinick around for I think it was like 2 or 3 laps, and then I decided, like, hey, I'm not going anywhere down here. Let me try a top, and I carried good momentum, and I stayed up there, and I watched the video back, and we opened up pretty considerably right off the bat, right when we got into the lead.
Yep.
And then we had a yellow, a series of, it was like 2 or 3 yellows, and over those yellows, the track really changed, So then if you actually watch the video, and I watched it a couple times, I was running the top, and a couple. Well, you study these things, like what could I have done better, and what is the car doing that I can't see inside of the car?
For sure.
And if you watch, I go down into 1 and 2, and I drive through the center, and actually the car gets really sideways. I almost spun out in the lead all by myself, which would not have been good, right in front of the field. And the next lap, I drove in higher, and actually was too high, and almost hit the inside or the outside fence coming out of turn 2. And that's when Van Wickle showed his nose under me.
Yeah.
And he could have been more aggressive, and I got to give him props, because I kind of was like, oh crap, and got down to the bottom in front of him. He could have stuffed it in there. He had the line, but he didn't, and we were able to get the bottom and just drive away. Our car was really good all around. Like I said, we ran the top in the beginning and went back down to the bottom, and I was like, I don't know how it's going to be, because I felt how good it was up top, and it was really good on the bottom too. So I'll take it, So
I mean, the lap times and the amount of space you put between everybody and yourself real quick. And I mean, when the caution came out with 1 to go, you had by about half a straightaway or so on the eventual second place finisher, Mr. Matt Ellery. But yeah, no, it was nice that those kind of things happen where all right, you messed up a little bit, and then someone shows you the nose, and you're like, well, now I got to protect, but it ended up being that's where you got to be anyway. So that worked out. So yeah, shout out to Nick for giving you that space, because you're right, there was a little bit of a time there where he could have taken more room than was given, and you could have taken more room than was given, and there could have been an issue there. But Nick raced you clean, and that's always nice to see.
Yeah, and Nick always races clean. Yep. And it was lap 5 or 6 or whatever, and maybe if it was lap 24 out of 25, it would have been different, and I would have understood it. Like, hey man, like you messed up, and I'm here now. So
yeah,
but that's the struggles with starting third. Like Ellery got in the second, and I have a bad habit of every lap I go down the front stretch, I just take a peek over and look at the scoreboard in the infield, just to see what car is there. And I kept seeing that 29 flying the board. And I'm like, this is the guy that I'm talking to and we're sharing ideas with. So he's going to be similar to me.
Yeah.
And then I saw him getting a second, and I was the rabbit and he was chasing me. And I don't know where the fast line is anymore. Right. So I'm just trying to hit my marks. Nobody was really there, but I feel like every time, and you could probably agree to this, every time you're in a lead, it always sounds like that guy's right behind you, and you're like, I gotta go.
In my case, they usually are. Anyway, you can attest to that.
Yeah, I got lucky that night. All right, I got real lucky that night. Everything went my way, and everything did not go your way. But
true.
It's just it's always that feeling like you don't know, right? And then I get in the lap traffic, and these guys, they did a really good job, right? Like they did a good job of holding their line, and that's all we can ask them. And I was able to get through traffic pretty well, right? Yeah. And that's all you can ask for. And I still didn't feel like I was under any pressure, but I always have that feeling like someone's right there. So I just was trying to hit my marks every single lap. And then naturally it's like, all right, cool, like 5 to go, 4 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go. And I'm like, I see the white flag. I get the white flag going down the front stretch. I'm like, all right, I got one more lap. Just run the bottom. Because I could see the track and how like it was getting black and drier. And I was like, okay, like it doesn't really look like there's much moisture or grip up top. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to run the bottom and hit my marks. And sure enough, going down the backstretch, I'm going into turn 3. I'm like, yes, we finally got our first win of the year. Boom, yellow comes out. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, right? Because this is just a story of our year.
Yep.
We get in a lead, or we get really fast, but we just run out of time, and we finish second 5 times of the 10 races that we ran.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do I got to do to win a race? But luckily, we just hit the setup perfectly by not doing anything to the car.
I know, right? There was no changes made other than gear all night.
Yeah.
And
fuel, tires, and gear. That's it.
Yep.
We did not make a single change all night.
No suspension changes whatsoever, and it didn't need it. The car has been so good that we've made some changes in the shop, but nothing really. I haven't had to do much at the racetrack. I mean, there's been changes at the racetrack, but this week it was just the track's going to be good. We got to just see what we got, and it was good. It was great for the heat race, so it's going to be just as good for the feature.
And that's the thing, like, right? So you're running. Go ahead.
Well, we got Emma says she was happy to see your face on the screen here. I don't know if everyone shares that sentiment, but Emma was excited to see Mikey. Courtney says, John says congratulations. Nan says congratulations. Christian saying congrats. Hunter saying Cole saying
Cole. Would you guys believe
a lot of
Hunter
people say congrats?
Racing family does never watch Days of Thunder.
We didn't have to call him out like that. All right.
Well, I did.
We didn't have to, but it happened. Sorry, Hunter. But yeah,
he's definitely watched it by now. He had to.
I hope so. If not, it's his homework assignment for sometime the rest of the week before I get.
By the time we race again.
Yes. Yeah. Hunter, you're going to be quizzed on Days of Thunder next time when we see you in 2 weeks. So
and we're not gonna read the cliff notes too.
He just said damn. So what's the game plan? So we've got for anyone that's wondering, we've got a guaranteed spot with the win and you're in, just like Mr. Godown won his in the modified feature event. He's got a guaranteed spot into the All-Star Cup at New Egypt Speedway in 2 weeks here on the 26th and 27th, or 27th, 28th?
Yep, the 26th and 27th, Friday
26th
and
and
Saturday.
27th.
Yep.
So we've got the game plan set. We're gonna go for a redraw spot on Friday. And get that handled right. We're gonna set quick time, get a redraw spot.
So that's it. Yep, they're
more
doing
locked in.
some
And then
practice
Saturday,
sessions.
and then we'll get her done on Saturday. Expecting a lot of cars for the crates. What are you thinking? 30?
Yeah, I'm expecting up to 30, right? So we had, what was it, 21 cars this past Saturday. And I mean, it was a regular show, so they're obviously throwing a little bit more money into the ring. So I don't think, the 76ers this coming weekend. So there's not going to be anything going on at Grandview. I don't think Bridgeport's got anything going on, right?
As far as I know.
The 27th. So I think you might get a couple Grandview cars. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to throw the left sides back on and come and compete. And then the Bridgeport guys, I think you'll see like good competitors like Joe Toth coming there. I mean, I think he was just their track champion. I think he locked that up Saturday night. So
yep.
He's always a threat. He's won the championship at New Egypt, so
he knows a thing or two. Yep.
And I think Peyton Talbot is going to be coming down, and he's always a threat in the crate cars too. I mean, he's always been really, really good. Anywhere he goes, he wins. I think he almost won every feature up at Utica Rome this year in the sportsman division, and he got tore down like 3 times doing it. Right?
Right. That's true.
Legal every time, by the way.
Yeah. No, good for him. And it's great to see. You want to go out and beat a guy that's winning that much, but to know that he's winning that much, and everything's kosher. That's great to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Matt's saying
we're gonna
high limit at Bridgeport that day, so sprint cars over there.
Okay. And they don't have any support divisions there. Hopefully not the crates, so we can get all their guys. So that'll be a Friday, Saturday night. So we are doing the Friday night. It's there's 2 time sessions for the lock-in for the redraw. So we're going to try and sneak in one of those so we don't have to really pressure us too much on Saturday. But, we had planned on running the non-feature winners race on Friday, but now that's out the window.
Perfect.
So we do have a surprise driver that'll be making an appearance running the non-feature winners race. It's going to be that guy.
Who?
The best crew chief. Oh, you have me mirrored. It's that guy.
This guy?
That guy.
Ah, that's right.
So we're gonna put Jordon Cox in the 04 machine, guys and gals, and we're gonna get him in victory lane as well.
Straight off the couch.
Does that make you a guaranteed starter for the? I'm gonna have to talk to Chris. Does a non-feature winner get a guaranteed spot too? Because that'd be really tough. How are we both gonna race the car?
That'd be interesting. You drive the. I don't know. We'll sit on each other's lap, I guess, or you can work the pedals. We'll
do the wheel.
We'll get a. Let's. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing. But listen, I'm just happy.
We'll get the 2-seater out.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm really excited for this because you've worked your butt off for me all year long, and I feel like this is the best way that I can reward you back. And just so we know, he's got the car to do it, and he might be a little bit rusty, but the guarantee I gave him is if he doesn't win this Friday night, but he keeps the car straight for me, he can run it again the race in October too, because they have another non-features race there too. So maybe he won't win on purpose, but keep the car straight so he gets to at least race twice this year.
If I have a chance, it's just I'm gonna take the win.
I wouldn't expect anything less, and you better.
But not in an aggressive way. The car will not be put in any harm's way on purpose. So, but yeah,
just go out and win it.
I wasn't gonna mention it until next week, but it's but cat's out of the bag. I appreciate the opportunity to just go out and have fun. That's all it really is. And it'll be interesting to kind of feel. This will be a completely different car, and it'll be cool to feel what the adjustments we do and everything that we do compared to the last car I drove, what this thing feels like. And ultimately it'll just be a fun thing to do Friday, along with, trying to get you into a redraw spot. It'll be fun to just go out and hopefully keep the car in one piece, have fun, and go after the number 27 and beat him. Specifically,
he's getting better. It's going to be tough. He's getting better.
If Hunter still, I saw him comment, so I had to say something. That'll be a little extra fun for me to go out and race against him. But at the same time, to make a triumphant return in the 04 short load concrete car for one race is going to be a lot.
Maybe two. Hopefully not, but maybe two.
Maybe two.
Meaning, I hope you win.
I just I hope I don't make an ass of myself, and we go out and have just a fun time. And again, thank you to you and Dave. For
I don't think you're going to make an ass out of yourself. It's obviously
any more
car.
than I already am.
It's obviously a good car, and if I do remember,
there's where the pressure is.
If I remember correctly, the last race that we ran last year, you drove around me like I was standing still.
That's true.
Oh, so he's not even going to deny.
No notes.
That's true.
No notes. It's a true statement. It's a
you
true
kept
statement.
the receipts on that one?
Yeah. No, yeah. I have the fourth over your fifth.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that's fun, man. Thank you for thank you for doing that, and again, thanks to Dave for giving the stamp of approval, whether he wanted to or not. That's remains to be seen. But we're gonna have a fun time next week, in 2 weeks, doing that.
We've had fun every week.
Yeah.
Just make it more fun.
Who do you got? Well, you watched. I'll get you out of here in a couple minutes, buddy. What did you think of the racing at Fonda?
So I watched just the highlight video of it, and I was kind of intrigued by what kept going. Like, everyone was blowing left rear tires, not right rears, left rears.
Yeah,
right. Is that what I kept seeing?
That's what it looked like.
I don't know if there was something in the track. Like, I don't know. I kept seeing them blow left rear tires, but I gotta say, like, it was insane to watch the video. Oh boy, comment. I was intrigued to watch the video and see.
But she was. You told her specifically.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll come back. We'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
But it was, Shepard came in. He drove to the front. I don't remember. Did he get to the lead? I think he was in second when he had to go to the pits, and then came back to the front again, and then went to the pits, and then went to the front again. Like, it was insane. Matt Shepard doing Matt Shepard things, and I thought the racing was really good. They did a really good job. That's one of the most prestigious racing events in the Northeast. It's up there with like Super Dirt Week and stuff like that.
Well, when you have a winners list, that includes guys like Richard Petty. I mean, that's pretty crazy. So
that's a huge race, and they always do a great job of putting on a good show. I think it was a 3-day weekend up there. Cause I think they did an awards thing on Sunday, right? Which I thought was unique. They haven't done that before, I don't think. So they did an awards thing on Sunday, which was cool. I would have liked to have seen what Yankowski had for Shepard. I think he broke a jack shaft.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
And I saw there was like 5 or 6 guys that ended up breaking jack shafts that were competitive fast cars. So I'm interested to see what's going on there too. If it's just like a bad run of jack shafts, or maybe it's just the extreme angles that we're putting these rears on with the drive shaft, and that's putting some more force on these, and we're gonna have to look at that at a later time too. Yeah,
I'm sure they put everything to the limit, late in the season, and track being a little choppy, but there's a lot of aggressive angles and on all the parts and pieces, and when it comes to these cars now, so it's tough to say. I mean, I learned last year twice about the drive shaft situation, and
it's only because I had to learn the hard way twice to tell you about it too.
It would have been nice.
So
it would have been nice for somebody to tell me the first time. Not saying you, I'm just saying anybody that I told.
Right.
And they went, "Oh, yeah, you need to do this." Oh, cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. But
thanks, guys. I would have won the first race and maybe the second race if that didn't happen.
Could have a really good shot here. No, I just noticed what Courtney said. Yes, we didn't mention anything about October because we're gonna go ahead and take the win in a couple weeks here. So we're not. October will be focused. We'll be focused on winning. 4,000.
Jordan's gonna win this.
With
Jordan's
driver
gonna win
number
this non-features race on Friday, and then he's gonna get a ride for the the big race in October. So then there we go.
All right. Oh, that would be cool. And yes, Matt, don't worry. I will have all my safety gear for inspection.
There you go.
Everything should still be up to date. But yeah, yes, and Corey, I saw they did a non-winners race Thursday. That was Michael Trauchold won that. So that was like his first win in anything modified. So congrats to him. Listen, bud, I've kept you on long enough. You got all the congrats from everybody. Everyone, I know I think everyone likes when I talk to somebody on here. So I appreciate you coming in. We're going to get you in here. We're going to probably do another race day at some point. Would love to have you join me and do that again like we did the first one.
Sure.
So I'm not just talking to myself. But yeah, dude, congrats. Another win. What's your career win total at? Like in big car?
In big car, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12.
No, okay.
14. Not that much. I have 2 in the modified. I think I have like 7 or 8 in a crate car, and then I think I have like 3 or 4 with the regular sportsman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
not bad.
Yeah, like that one picture. Nope, over here. That's right behind you.
Right there.
That was my first feature win ever. Which, if that is correct, then it's May 26, 2012.
I can't read the date on it. It's a little too.
It would be May 26, 2012, and so you were there for my first win, and you're there for my most recent win, and
yeah.
And
I didn't think about it till
awesome.
Afterwards. We should have recreated that. That would have been cool. Like,
we'll do that next weekend.
Yeah, that's cool.
But we'll have to go to the fourth turn victory lane for that. But I'm sure nobody would mind us actually using that.
I mean, we could just do it on the front stretch,
anyway.
but yeah, it would even be cooler if we just wheeled it over into that section and did that. That'd be funny. That's even better.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do that. It's a thing now. And if I win, we'll do it the opposite way. It'll be even funnier.
Yeah, I'll hold the flag, and then you have to hold the trophy. But let's do it. Or we can just do 2 pictures in the same sequence.
Yeah, right. I'm down for either one.
All right. Sounds good, brother.
Matt said he'll open the gate for us, so we're good.
Make sure to do that. We're going to get there.
All right, bud. Again, appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon. Guys, Mike Butler on Monday Night Live. Thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Have a great one.
All right, there he is. Michael Butler, Crate Sportsman Hot Shoe. All right, of New Egypt Speedway, Crate Sportsman Hot Shoe. Mike Butler just joined us. I don't really have much more for you guys here. I was going to go after Mike, but we had some delays there. Not a problem. So, guys, let's get I did have, it's not so much a meme, but I do have let's see here. I do have, I'll just say it's I guess it's kind of a meme. Not really, but I had this picture pop up on my feed this past week, and like Mike and I were just talking about, with him and Nick Van Winkle racing with each other, and what the respect that was given at that point in the race. This picture is now, as far as I'm concerned, this is my gospel. This is it right here. This is what I try to explain to people all the time when it comes to racing, the modifieds, the sportsmen, these race cars. This is it. So, shout out. I didn't know where it came from initially, but then I was just like, hey, open your eyes, idiot. Devil's Bowl Speedway's logo's on it. So, shout out to them for making this image. I had seen it a while back, and then I lost it somehow. And it came back across my feed, and I freaking love it. because this explains how to race somebody in these cars beautifully. If you are in zone 1, it's heads up racing. You are racing side by side. Good to go. Zone 2, the inside car has position. Outside car must give a lane. Good side by side action. If you are at that door, the inside car has position on you. So if any one of you is wondering how, I mean, listen, there's going to maybe be some racers that watch this or are on here right now are going to go, shut up, Jordan, you're an idiot. No, this is it. As far as I'm concerned, this is it. If you are at the door, if you are in zone 2 in this picture, on the inside, you have position. If that person on the outside comes down on you into your lane, they are at fault. Zone 3 is where guys get a little they get a little out of sorts and they get a little crazy when they talk about this and they say, "Oh, I was on your inside." If you are in zone 3, meaning you are door pillar or whatever that is, window, and you know your bar there, your cage bar, back, you're not there. Outside car has position, inside car must back off. Perfectly described in this photo. Know the zones. How to avoid unnecessary wrecks. Perfectly put in front of us. I love it. Again, I will shout it from the rooftops. I'm going to make this a sign. I'm just going to hold it up in front of cameras at races. This is it. This is how you race somebody. Guys forget this. And they get into zone 3, as you see, and they think that they have position on the outside car. You don't. You have the opportunity to maybe try to get ahead of them, but know the risk because you're not in their view. Guys race like that all the time. Like zone 3, I've got position on you. You don't yet. You don't have it. If you are in zone 2, you have the position, and now it's side-by-side racing because that person on the outside, the car in question here, knows you're there. What are you saying, Mike? Van Winkle was in zone 2, but I didn't give him the lane. To be fair, from turn 4 in the stands, Nick got to zone 2, and it said, let's use picture for reference. I'm going to keep this picture ready to go for anybody that gets rowdy in the chat and starts talking about guys not being, if we get to some stuff happening in some later races here, the chart will be brought up. It'll be here. It'll always be here ready to go. Nick was in zone 2 on you, but you actually raced yourself out of it. Like he got next to you and then you pulled him down the backstretch to the point where you guys got to where you're entering into turn 3 there. You had the momentum to go by him. So it was aggressive, yes, but Nick knew that he was losing that position on you anyway. I think maybe if he had pushed the issue a little bit, I don't think you guys really made contact at all, but I don't think he had the momentum to even push you into the corner. But yeah, you are right. He got to zone 2, but I think by the time you got to turn 3, he was already fading into zone 3, and you would have had him you had him anyway because you had the momentum coming off the top. Even though you screwed up there, he had to it broke his momentum getting to you, and you had the momentum coming down the backstretch. Nothing to, and exactly, you're a well point as well. Nick drives great and doesn't drive dirty. Always my experience with him as well. Eli, you're late, buddy. You'll have to watch the replay. It's all good. Guys, I've kept you here over an hour, which every minute past an hour, I think, I don't know, I think Mandee takes something away from me. I'm not sure what it is yet. I get time taken away from next week. So we covered our Dirt Track Untold drivers. We covered some of our local racing here. We talked about the winners. We got to talk to Mike Butler, friend of the show and friend of the channel. Appreciate him giving us his time. Guys, if you are looking to get some Dirt Track Untold merch, some Billy Pauch Jr. merch, some Mike Mahaney merch, it is all available. You have it. BobHilbertSportswear.com. You can get Billy Pauch Jr. and BP3 merch. You can get Mike Mahaney Racing shirt, MikeMahaneyRacing.com for Mike Mahaney merch, like the Team 35 shirt I am wearing right now, with his profile on the back, which is tough for me to turn around. I'm too big and fat. I got to drop some LBs to fit into that 04 car too, so your boy's on a diet starting yesterday without even knowing it. And then the DTU, the Dirt Track Untold merch, is on the Dirt Track Untold website. Let's see. More behind the scenes actions. Go to Club DTU. Join Club DTU on Patreon. Exclusive access to the team, to vlogs, the podcasts. You get the podcast early before they drop, before anybody else. Same with merch. Any merch comes out first, you're the first to see it. Club DTU on Patreon. Speaking of podcasts, there's the Dirt Track Confessions podcast that drops every 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. So tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can get the new Dirt Track Confessions podcast with Mandee Pauch Mahaney. Last week's, guys, if you missed it, go back and check it out on any wherever you get your podcasts. It's a great listen for Mike and Mandee's journey with MJ and the whole process there. They do a great job talking about that. It's a great listen. Check it out. So that was from last week, and then tomorrow, they will be joined by. I want to get the name. I had it written down here, guys. I keep closing things. That's why. I keep closing tabs and screwing myself up. Tomorrow, Mandee was joined by Jordan Killen from Simpson Racing Products, who shares all his tips about the safety equipment and budgeting, secondhand equipment, stuff like that. So you'll be able to see that tomorrow when it drops at 5 o'clock. Again, but you have two from the past 2 weeks. Definitely listen to them both. Or if you're waiting for tomorrow, listen to the one from last week. Guys, again, it's an hour and 10. We got to get out of here. I've kept you for way too long. If you liked what you saw tonight, give me a thumbs up, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with us. Again, thanks to Mike Butler. Guys, if you're rewatching this, don't forget to hit the like button as well. Every view and like and all that really goes a long way, and I appreciate it. We got the Sixer coming up. I won't be going to any racetracks this weekend, but if you are going, get out there, take someone with you to support the local racing going on. If you can't get to a racetrack, find a live stream to watch. Get Flow Racing, Dirt Track Digest TV, Dirt Vision, any of them do a great job of covering our racetracks and keep our racing alive. Guys, that's it. I'll see you at the racetrack soon. And yeah, we'll talk more next week about my return to the race car. Thanks, Mike, for dropping the news. Guys, have a good night. I appreciate you all. See you next week.